Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick tutorial for you on how to start with a square knot bracelet. So if you look in your kit, you have 6 pieces of this string. I pre-cut them for you, so please do not cut them. You're going to need 2 pieces of string for this particular piece. So I'm using different colors only because it's going to be easier for you to see how I'm working with my knot. So I grabbed 2 pieces. Again, you're going to grab just 2 of the brownish colored pieces. So from there, again, don't cut it, but you're going to take one end and take the following end, like so. And what you want to do is find the middle. I know it's really long, so just make sure that you grab the middle of the 2. So they're literally folded in half. So if you open it up, they're folded in half, and this is that center point. So I'm going to show you carefully what it looks like, because you're going to create a little bit of a knot here. So you need your string, and you can either use the wooden beads that are in your kit, or you can use the beads that you made, the polymer beads. I grabbed one of my beads, and I'm going to need this because this ultimately is going to be based on how big I start with my knot. It's going to be like the end, so where I'm going to create the clasp. So right here, I'm going to take this string, wrap it around my 2 fingers. Don't tie it tight yet. It's going to go around my 2 fingers, underneath and through. I want to create that little, it's almost like a little lasso. I'm going to show you that one more time, okay? So for you, you have the middle point. You're going to wrap it around the 2 fingers, put it underneath, and through. Okay, and at this point, before you make it tight, I grabbed my blue bead. I want to make sure it's about that size. You don't want it too small because you need the bead to be able to fit through. This is what's going to hold the bracelet together and on. I'm not attaching the bead yet. That's going to be what I do at the end. Okay, so this is where I'm at. All right, it fits really nice, so I tightened it. So this is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to put that bead to the side for now. Okay, and then I also have a couple of other things. So I'm going to switch my camera over, and I'm going to do the other part of the demonstration on my table. Okay, so now that I have this, I think if I turn my light off over here, it might be a little bit easier for you to see. You can either use masking tape, or I also have Scotch tape. Either or is absolutely fine. So what you want to do, and I'm going to do this so you can better see what I'm doing. So I am going to separate my colors. And by the way, I did get this particular type of hemp it was at Walmart. I'm just going to, and that's if you like the colors. Okay, so I'm going to keep the white ones on the outside because I think it's going to be easier for you to see how I complete them. It doesn't matter which ones are on the outside, which ones are on the inside. I can mix and match, but I'm going to just do this to make it easier for you to see. So I'm putting my 2 in the middle. So basically it almost looks like now I have this piece where the knot is right above it. I am going to tape that down. It's almost like you have the head, the body, and then the 2 big arms over here. So here we go. So everything is nice and tight. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it like, and I hit another one I partially started over here. I'm just going to move things to the side so there's more space. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, it doesn't matter which side you start from. I just like to start on the left-hand side. We're going to create a knot from the left side first, and then we're going to move and create a knot from the opposite side, so from the right side next. So we're going to keep going back from one side to the other side, and I'll show you what that looks like. So when I do this, it almost looks to me like the number 4, or you could say it looks like a sailboat sail. So I keep one finger here, the other one is right on the middle, and I hold that in place. Now I still have this extra piece just hanging out there. Now what's going to happen with that one, it's going to go over top. So it'll go over top like so. Notice it's on top, right on top, and I'm going to find the end of it. It's going to go underneath my finger. It's going to go underneath all those other strings, and it's going to come out this side so I can pull it. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to slightly lift my finger so I can put it through everything. It's going to go through this opening right here, this hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull, I usually put my thumb in the middle just to hold that down so it doesn't move for me, just to make it easier. Like so, there's my first knot, okay? And I push it up a little bit just so that way it's not in my way. Then I'm gonna reverse it. So I'm gonna do like a backwards 4 or the opposite side of the sailboat, whichever you prefer to call it. So I have my one finger holding in place. My other finger is in that center point here. So I have this opposite string on the side just kind of hanging out there. And I'm gonna put it over the top, just like so. So again, it's sitting on top, it's resting. I found the end of this string right here. I'm gonna put it underneath all those strings. It's gonna come through this hole and I'm going to, again, pull it. So I have my string underneath everything, and make sure it goes underneath all 3 of those strings through that opening, like so. And I'm going to pull it, just like that. Now, if I have that little space, I can push it up and I can tighten it. You want them to all be about the same look. So that means you want them to be all about the same pressure. So now I'm gonna reverse it again. I'm going back to my left-hand side, okay? So it's left, right, I keep on reversing. So here we are again. I make my number 4, and I just use 2 fingers to help hold it down. This is my extra string off to the side. It's going to come over the top, so it's resting on top. I found my end of that same string, of this same string right here. It's gonna go underneath everything and through this opening right here. And now I know there's a lot of strings, so you just have to be patient. So you're gonna create your knots going back and forth. And then in a minute, I'm gonna show you how to attach your beads. So I'm on the opposite side here, my backwards 4. It is going over top, underneath everything, and through, just like that. Okay, so after you get used to the process, it does go very fast. This is something I really like to do if I have like a really long car ride, or I'm kind of, just wanting to do something but not just sit. It goes really quick. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more knots here really fast. And you'll see that once you get going, it does really go quickly. The tape helps an awful lot. So before I do any more, I'm just going to show you how to add a bead. So now that I have those 2 middle strings that are attached with the tape, I'm going to take the tape off for a minute because I need to attach my bead from these middle strings right here. Okay, so I'll separate those. And I went in here, I guess I'm going to use, I'm going to use this one, marbled bead. It goes with the others and I thought it might look nice. So I'm going to find the end of that. They're slightly different length, that's okay. I guess I didn't fold it 100% in the middle, but I'm going to string it through the 2. So notice how it just went right through the 2. And I am going to make sure that it rests right here, right next to where the others are. And I'm going to tape it back down, just like that. Now I'm going to continue doing my knots. It doesn't matter which side I start with, but again, I have to go back and forth, back and forth. So I have my number 4. I go over the top, underneath everything, and through. But guess what? When I go to make sure that I have my bead in here, I'm making it so those are right on the sides of the bead. Don't pull it too tight, so that way the bead stays in place. After you grab a couple more knots, it's really easy to make sure that your bead stays in place. So there we go, there's my number 2. You're gonna add a total of 3 beads plus a 4th bead, which will be your last bead. Now, you just have to keep on creating your knots until your bracelet, and I have another one here that I had started in class with you. So this one, I know it's done if I go all the way around with my, with the knots and I have like a little bit more space. We're gonna talk about how to finish these bracelets in class tomorrow. So, and that's gonna be on Monday. So just keep going. And after you add maybe, a few knots, then you can add another one. Feel free to use the beads that you made. They'll look so nice together. You can pick the different sizes, figure out what they could look like, how you could use them, and how you can space them out. I would try make them even. Okay, so once you keep going with this, you're going to have a total of 3 beads plus a 4th bead, and that last bead is going to be just to finish up your piece, which we'll go over in class tomorrow. So I hope that's helpful. Good luck. Okay, be patient. Make sure you tape down everything to make your life a lot easier, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks.